Hey, welcome to the channel. What I'm going to get into here today is why most people fail. Okay. It's not a negative topic. What I figure is if you know why the great majority of people are failing right now online, because it's like 90 something failure rate, doesn't mean that people can't succeed, but there are some issues. Okay. But if you know what they are, what I figure is you can correct these things if this is happening to you, that way that you can let yourself succeed. Okay, so all of that coming up in just a moment. How to succeed online with an online business, affiliate business. All of that in just a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, what I do most of the time, as per request by my viewers, is to review stuff. Sometimes I find some good income opportunities, but more often than not, I usually uncover brutal, nasty scams that are responsible for stealing billions of dollars worth of crypto collectively from unsuspecting victims. You want to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Subscribe and also click on the bell notification icon. That way you won't miss out on any important info. Also, please like and share this video. Before I got into this industry, not that long ago, I used to be a burnt out trucker. I used to work 60, 70, sometimes even 80 hours per week in Ontario, Canada, away from my home. Came online, found a powerful system, plugged into it, and started creating an income. Eventually, it created more income than I was making in the trucking industry, and I was able to fire my boss. Okay, so if that looks like something that you're looking for, be sure to check out my #1 recommended opportunity underneath this video. First link in the description box below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, on the channel here today, what I'm talking about here is why do people fail in this industry? Okay, and as I said, if you know why this happens, maybe it's happening to you, maybe it's not, but it happens to most people. Okay, and if you know what it is, then you can correct it. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this, as brief as possible. Why most people fail online with affiliate marketing. So I'll just make it a simple video. I'm just using a notepad. Okay, but what I have here on this notepad, some very important information that a lot of people are not talking about. You guys are seeing, people with fancy cars. I see people like driving McLarens. I know some of these marketers, when they started out, they were not successful. They did not have McLarens. Some of them did not have Lambos. Some of these guys are renting Lambos, okay? But there are guys that can afford a Lambo, and they've done it with affiliate marketing. And they're not special. A lot of people, when they start seeing you doing the things that you need to do, right, and getting results online, a lot of people think that, oh my God, they're all special, right? Nothing. That's just an issue, a mindset issue, right? I'll talk about mindset. It's very important. Okay. Anyways, the first thing here, okay, I'll go through what people need to do, the process. But before you get to the process, you have to go through this mindset. There's a mindset issue with the great majority of people online. That's not talking down to people. That's just being me included, right? When I was new, before I started taking consistent action online, right? Creating content. This channel, I designed it back in 2016. I created the channel, started the channel because I wanted to help people with this kind of stuff. But people just kept asking me to do reviews. I did one review, some guy liked it, he requested another one, other people saw it, and so on and so forth. And I guess I just keep doing them because it's like it turned out to be like a Ponzi scheme review channel. That was not my intention, but hey, it happened, and a lot of people like the content. Some people hate the content if they're promoting a questionable system, right? But some people just keep coming back and saying, I just got another request like 5 minutes ago for another review. So you got to find what works for you. Okay. But before we get into that, mindset issues, everyone has them. If you're not getting the type of results that you are expecting online, okay, usually comes down to mindset. Okay. Now here's what I'm talking about. Mindset here. Beliefs. Number one, beliefs. Unconscious beliefs. Everyone has them, right? Unconscious about money, sales, maybe the opportunity that you're promoting or you promoted in the past, and themselves. Okay. Now unconscious. These are all unconscious things. Most people don't know that they have these issues, right? And if anyone has these issues, as I did, I had to find a way to correct them. First, I had to acknowledge, hey, Rory, you got some belief issues and some mindset issues. But what I'm finding online is most people never want to acknowledge it, and everyone wants to, not everyone, but a lot of people are pointing the finger, right? It's his fault. It's her fault. It's the government's fault. Oh, it's the system founder. I'm sure there are some screwy system founders, even in legitimate systems, right? What is a legitimate system? It's a system that's not going to rip you off. It's something that's set up for the long term, affiliate marketing, etc. Offers products and services of value and a way that's duplicatable for the average person to succeed, as well as training, ongoing training, very important. And that they're honest and they don't screw you guys over with your commissions. There are one or two screwy company owners with good systems. Unfortunately, this is the industry. People are people. But most of the high-end systems that I've been promoting now and in the past, that is number one for me. They got to be straight, okay? They can't screw me or anyone else, right? If we are going to send traffic to their system, they have to make sure that they are paying us. Very, very, very important, okay? But if you get past all of that, these unconscious beliefs. So I had unconscious beliefs about money, right? About self-worth, about sales. Oh my God, I thought anything outside of a job or a brick and mortar business, oh, that was evil, right? Before I got into this industry. Opportunities. Before I started seeing success, I had stuff going off in the back of my mind, like, oh my God, this is too expensive, or there's not enough value in these products, right? And a lot of people don't realize that if you're promoting something, there's a lot of people trying to promote questionable systems currently, right? And they don't feel good at the unconscious level. And energy for energy, we are in a universe of energy, right? Whatever you put out has to come back. So if you have unconscious beliefs about the system that you are promoting, and if you feel that the majority of the people that you're going to share it with, you got to know that it has enough value in it. I mean, you can't make people help themselves. That's not what I'm talking about. Most people are not going to do these things. I'm just going to be straight up and honest. That is why there is so much failure and not enough success. People are not willing. You got to be willing to do these things, okay? But if you don't feel good about your system, like, it has to have value. You got to see the value. It doesn't mean that you got to make people do stuff. Most people are not going to help themselves anyway. But if you know the system that you are promoting is going to help other people at the unconscious level and the conscious level, you know this, then you are going to feel better unconsciously and consciously about what it is that you are doing, okay? So beliefs about yourself, about your system, about money, self-worth, all of that stuff, about your leads, your prospects, all of these things are very important. But one thing you got to remember, right? Even though most people are not willing to do what it takes or don't want to do, it's don't want to do, not can't. Don't want to do it, not can't, right? Most people don't want to do it. As long as you're willing and you pay the price for your success, that is all you need to do. That's the only concern you need, okay? Fix your own beliefs. Okay. The second thing, I think I'm going on too long here. Want to start at the top. A lot of people have this issue, and you have to have a lot of honesty. I'm not saying you personally, but I've seen a lot of people come, they'll start up, and most people don't even last a month, trying something out, right? People just want to click a button and see like income in a back office. I would refrain from those type of systems because they keep scamming out, right? You got to pay your dues. You got to earn your results. Whoever doesn't want to earn it and make the changes in yourself, as well as the changes on the outside, right? Meaning the physical stuff, the process. I'll talk about that in a moment. Whoever's not willing is not going to get the results that they want online. Okay, so people get into a deal and they start seeing like a leaderboard, and then they're seeing leaders making money, sale after sale after sale, right? And they feel like, oh my God, like some people are jealous, right? I personally wasn't feeling jealous. When I was a newbie, I was just like, shit, those guys keep making all the sales on the leaderboard, and I keep sending traffic to the system. What the F is going on here, right? Then after I figured out, screw it, I'm not going to come up with another excuse to self-sabotage myself. I'm going to make sure I don't give a shit who's on the leaderboard. I'm going to make this freaking thing work. I'm going to keep hammering traffic to my affiliate links. People are going to start buying products. And then with that shift that I had, lo and behold, I started seeing myself on leaderboards with super affiliates. The best way to become a super affiliate is to keep getting on the leaderboards with them. Okay, so don't be jealous of other people's results. Never do that. That is going to be telling the universe not to give you success. Don't do these things. Okay, number 3, process. Growing pains. Most people don't want to go through the process. They don't want to fail forward. They don't want to try different things and get results by trial and error. This is the internet, right? Make money online, and people have full-time jobs. The great majority of the people in this industry right now have jobs. Most of them have kids, right? And full-time life. Okay, you have to be willing to learn by trial and error. That's the only way we learn. That's how human beings learn. By making mistakes. You figured out what mistakes you made, and then you make adjustments, and then you know what to do eventually, and by not doing the things that you shouldn't do. Hopefully you follow me. Okay, so growing pains and finding out about what actually gets you results. It's going to take some time. Now the 4th thing, sacrifice. A lot of people don't want to do this, right? I came from the trucking industry, 60, 70 hours, sometimes 80 hours per week at a job, driving a truck. This is one of the trucks I used to drive. I think you guys could see my cursor up here, right? Oh shit, did I click on that? It's going to take me to, oh good, lead capture page. I'll get into that in just a moment, but I didn't want to even do that. Okay, now hold on a second. Another thing that just, I got these pop-ups here. A couple little extra things that you can have in your marketing arsenal. Pop-ups kind of annoy myself, but believe it or not, having it on your own website, right? It does increase my leads, right? Gives me more leads. Okay, what am I talking about here? Getting off topic. Sacrifice. So I had to take time when I came home from work out of my sleep. But I got a break. Okay, there's still no excuse. I was working as a regional driver in Ontario, and most of the time it was just city runs, and I had a dedicated route, and I had a night shift. He started off in the afternoon and worked into the night, and I was pretty well on my own. The dispatcher told me, "Hey Rory, you got the best job in the whole company." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Because I go home at 3:30, you start at 3, and you're pretty well on your own, right? And your route's not hard, right?" It really wasn't, but it wasn't always like that, and I had to work my way through. I don't know. You put out good energy, do a good job for your employer, and eventually, I got into the right job that gave me a break. And after in 2014, right, something really bad happened to me, and I had a head injury, so I needed that break. Okay, but come 2017, I had a full-time trucking job, but it gave me time to build this very channel because I would start at 3 o'clock, right? And I did not have to really start working maybe for the first hour and a half. So what I would do was I would take out my trusty old smartphone and start making videos. Okay, every day I would do a video. But when I come home now, I'd have to take time, instead of like sleeping for 8 hours or more, I would sleep less. And I would probably put another 2 hours uploading the video, editing it a little bit here and there. Eventually I just stopped editing it altogether, writing emails, autoresponder messages, and whatever else I needed to do in marketing. So a couple hours when I came home, that came out of my sleep time. Okay, so you got to make the sacrifice. The fifth thing, people want results too quickly, and they expect that, right? Don't do that. If you are starting something online, or you're in something right now, you should, especially if you're new, have at least a 1-year plan. I mean, a plan while you are taking action. You should be taking some type of training, right? Learning. I have a lot of people on my email list who are just reading emails. And I keep removing a lot of these guys, and they keep coming back. And I figured, well, a lot of them, see, not everyone in your email lists are buyers, but I have enough people. Most of my sales come from knockover sales, meaning I could shoot a video, make a blog post, and then I will do a call to action. I'll get into that in a moment. And X amount of these people are going to turn into visitors to my affiliate link, to a lead capture page. And then X amount of them are going to opt in. And then X amount of everyone that opts in will turn into a front-end sale. That's how I make most of my income online. I would call it a knockover sale. Okay, I do make some sales on the back end on email follow-ups, but most of my income is made at least starting the process, because there is back-end higher commissionable products where I can earn, and you guys can earn more income if once people start making bigger purchases. But the first purchase that they do make, they usually make it knockover. I don't have to pick up the phone, I don't call anyone, and it is just awesome. And I learned how to do this with a training platform. Okay, training platforms are very important. So I've got a lot of people still on my email list who are just reading emails, and I think a lot of them are just trying to figure out how to, they didn't pay for courses, and they're trying to figure out, you know, how to write emails, or maybe they're copying my messages, right? I've had even some 7- and 8-figure marketers who I'm on their list, and I'm like, holy shit, yeah, what's his name? I'm not going to say his name. Couple guys that I know, couple guys that you guys know. If you know me, you know them. Couple guys, 7- and 8-figure marketers. You're probably on their lists too. I've seen a few of them copy my emails word for word. Okay, so if a multi-millionaire affiliate marketer is copying my emails, I'm guessing a lot of up-and-coming marketers who don't want to pay for courses are doing it. You can't copy. You got to learn by doing, right? That's how we learn as humans, okay? So you want results, but expect to have a long-term plan. Now, the sixth thing, comparing themselves to people who have been, I've done this, right? I've done this many times when I was new. Comparing myself, I'd be like, in my first year, comparing myself unknowingly to some guy that's been in for over a decade. Okay, there are a few marketers that came in within a year and they just took off, but that doesn't happen for the majority of people. And if you look closely at those marketers who looked like they had early success maybe in a year, they've paid some form of dues in their life and their life story. That is something else. Okay, a karmic event, karma, their life story, life lessons. That's very important. Okay, but don't compare yourself to people who've been in this deal, right? Make money online for a lot longer than you have. That's self-sabotage. Now, the seventh mindset problem is this: the long-term plan. Most people don't want to do this, right? Most people, before, people used to stick around with an opportunity, right? Join a system, and they would stick around for 3 months and hardly do anything. Not that they can't, they just won't, right? But you can't be like them. One thing I gotta say, one of my coaches, he said, hey, a guy by the name of Mario in Miami, Coach Mario Garcia, awesome guy. And he told me, he said, Rory, if you don't learn this shit, right? He meant this marketing shit. If you don't learn this, your ass is going to be stuck in a truck for 12 hours a day, right? 12 hours a day. You're going to be stuck there if you're not willing to learn these things. Right, he was just blunt with me. Then the next thing that came out of his mouth was, he's like, people are going to buy stuff. They're going to join stuff. Okay, he says you can't be concerned if they're going to succeed or not. Right? You're going to have to put out your net like you're fishing, and the fish are going to come in. He says the fish are going to buy, regardless if you're out there or you're not. So he's like, Rory, if you're serious and you don't want to drive truck for 12 hours, right? In Canada, Ontario, Canada, right? You better get your nets out and make sure that you're fishing every single day, because X amount of people are going to spend X amount of money, regardless of whether you are willing to learn this stuff or not. Okay, and if you don't, and if you're not willing to market, right, then it's going the transfer of energy that's moving back and forth, right, from buyers to sellers, it's going to go to someone else. The money is going to go somewhere else. So have a long-term plan, not a 3-month plan. Nowadays, people don't even last 1 month, right? You got to have a 1-year plan. 1 year means you get to the point that you're getting consistent results, right? If you want to fire your boss or whatever, change, a big financial change in your life, 1 year of consistent results, right? You're making money for a year. The process. Okay, now we got through the mindset, the process. Find your avatar. What does that mean? That means your target market. Who are you going to sell? Whatever the heck you're selling, right? And hopefully whatever you are selling is going to serve people, right? Hopefully you found a niche, right, that has a problem, right? That is marketing. They have a problem. You figure out who these people are. And what I was told by another leader, a guy by the name of Orsini Sanchez, okay, what did Orsini say? He said, Rory, he said, I want you to go out and find more Rorys, right? I'm like, what do you mean? He says, I can sense a lot of desire with you. Was a while back, right? And I had to go to Vegas to meet this guy at a company event. And he says, I'm not going to coach you anymore unless you get your ass in Vegas. Right? So I had to fly from Toronto, Ontario, all the way to Vegas. And then finally he took me serious. So he says, Orsini says, I want you to find other Rorys. Meaning, I want you to find other people who want to get out of their position just like you, who are serious just like yourself. That is your avatar, right? The best avatar is to look in the mirror. What are your problems, right? Are you tired? You're burnt out? Are you fed up, right? Are you a blue collar worker? Are you a white collar worker? What is your avatar? Figure that out. Very important. That is your target market. Okay, and once you figure this out, you gotta learn one traffic strategy. Okay, very important. Most people don't want to do this part. This is the work, right? If you don't get through the mindset stuff, you're never going to get into this part, the process. Traffic strategy is the job. Okay, I work a few hours per day from home and I create content. That's my traffic strategy, right? I have different forms. I do reviews and I do other type of content marketing online every single day, a few hours. Some days I'll work up to 4 hours, but the majority of time I would say 2, maybe 3 hours a day. Okay, it sure as heck beats 80 hours per week in a truck. Okay, pick one strategy, and you got to know that not everything will work for everyone. Very important, right? And if you truly don't have the time to learn a free traffic strategy, I mean, there's TikTok, there's Facebook. I wouldn't learn them all. Learn one, zero in on one thing, right? A lot of new marketers and even intermediate marketers will try 10 different things and not see results in any. Find one thing that works for you, right? If you're good at video marketing, you guys can even do video marketing without having, your mugshot like me in here. Most of my videos, I'm not even in it, right? If you don't want to show your face in that, then you don't have to. But video marketing, there's TikTok marketing, YouTube marketing, there's Facebook marketing with videos, right? There's a Facebook strategy. I know a few people who have fired their bosses, right? I know one guy was working in Alberta, Canada, in the oil sands, and he fired his boss, and it took him, I think he was at it for probably about a year and a half with a Facebook strategy, and he hasn't been in the oil fields in Alberta since 2016. 6 years, boss free. He's always at Starbucks or drinking green tea. He likes green tea, has a thing with green tea, but the guy lives on his own terms, man, and he did it with Facebook, only Facebook, right? And he would do like one Facebook Live a day. So find your groove and master it, right? So learn one traffic strategy. If you really don't want to do free traffic, then you're going to have to pay to learn paid marketing. When I started as a new marketer online, that was back in 2006, right? I got into paid advertising. I had a bunch of twists and turns in my life, right? Twists and turns. You can find more in the About section. I think I'm actually there right now, yeah. With my story, right? A lot of people are not paying attention to stories anymore, and that's pretty damn ridiculous, because that's what helped me. Other people's stories, other people's struggles, and the changes that they made to get the results I wanted. I wanted to figure out what the hell they were doing. So stories are very important. So I had some twists and turns in this marketing thing, and it doesn't have to take as long as it did for me, but I started back in 2006. Eventually found some success, was living laptop lifestyle, made some mistakes, and ended up back at my trucking job. And then back in 2014, something tragic happened in my life, and by 2016 I was doing free marketing strategies, and that's when I started making videos on this very channel. And I would say YouTube changed my life, but when I was new, I learned paid advertising. I was marketing on Google AdWords back then, and I was spending a lot of money. A lot of people nowadays, I think, don't have enough guts to learn paid advertising, right? It costs to learn. If you have a good budget, how much would you need? How much? Some of you guys want to know how much would you need. I would say learn if you want to do paid advertising. I mean, there's some awesome stories out there. There's a guy who used to call himself the Pizza Boy Millionaire, a guy by the name of Chris Campbell, was marketing a system called the Empower Network, right? And he even created his own front end system for that, and it was called the Pizza Boy Millionaire. It was quite an awesome story. And Chris Campbell lived in his basement. He lived in his basement, dropped out of college, moved back he lived in his parents' basement. Moved back home, lived in his parents' basement. His parents were like, "What the f is this kid doing? Doesn't want to go to school?" Because I don't know, he was like in his early 20s and started delivering pizza. Right now, while he was delivering pizza, the reason he was delivering pizza was because whatever he chose in college, when he was in actual college, when he went to college, he's like, "Shit, I don't want to do this." Right? So he ended up delivering pizza. And he would take the money that he was earning with his pizza job while he was living in his parents' basement, and he would learn paid traffic. Before the Empower Network, he was funneling traffic into something they called the reverse funnel system. Some veteran marketers that maybe will watch this video are familiar with that system. I know the system owner, a guy by the name of Don Glanville. Awesome system. Awesome system. Anyways, he just learned traffic. He learned how to funnel traffic, the right kind of traffic for his offers, and eventually he started seeing conversions on the back end. So, but it is going to take a lot of money. How much is it going to take you with paid advertising? I would say, what kind of budget would you need? Well, I would say at least have $300 a week to learn one strategy. To learn, okay? It doesn't mean you spend $300 and you're going to see $600 worth of sales if you are a new marketer. Even if you're buying solo ads, right? Even if you buy solo ads, there's some people who do very well with solo ads. There's some people who, hate solo ads. I know another guy by the name of Shakir. In the UK, he was 26 years old. He learned solo ads to the tune where he was living with his mom in an apartment in London, in the UK, and he got to the point where he figured out solo ads, and he got it working so good that he became a multi-millionaire. Now he owns his own solo ads agency, okay? But he struggled. He was crying tears. My dog, Rico, you made me jump. Oh man. Yeah, solo ads. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, there's all kinds of paid sources, but it's going to take money. I think I'm babbling on here. I'm giving you guys a lot of nuggets. This stuff that I'm serving up here, I don't know how many people who are actually going to watch this video right through, but these things are very, very important, okay? So at least $300. When I was new, I was spending probably about $500 a week when I got in 2006. And eventually I started seeing some pretty good results online with paid advertising. Ran my credit cards up, but yeah, I was spending like $500 a week. And $500 back in 2006 has a lot more buying power. You can probably hear my dog breathing in the background here. My home office is in the basement of my home here in Canada. Okay, I've got a home office set up, and I've got someone panting in the back. And if I don't bring him down here, he's just going to freak out and start barking. Okay. Third thing, value. Especially if you're doing free marketing. If you're on TikTok, if you've got a YouTube channel, if you're on Facebook, or other free social media platform where you can get free traffic to your affiliate links. Make sure that you are serving value to your target market. Make sure you are offering them information, okay? Consistently every single day. If people keep seeing you showing up every single day, they're going to start psychologically seeing you as a leader, as the go-to guy or the go-to girl, okay? Be very consistent. So if you're going to make a video every day or a piece of content every day, make sure you do that every single day. If you can only do it maybe a couple times a week, then make sure you do it a couple times every week. Now the fifth thing in the process is a lead capture page. Let me take you to a lead capture page. This is just one of my lead capture pages, right? I direct people, so I serve people up value either here in my blog posts, right? That's just me. This is just one leaderboard of one company. That's me down here, and there's some super affiliates that I'm sharing the space with. My pop-ups popping up here again. Or I do a video, and throughout the video at the beginning I would give them a call to action, then I would serve up some value. People ask me to do a review as an example, then at the end of the video, right, you guys don't have to do reviews like myself. You can create, you can join a training platform, learn stuff, right, with the training, and then you guys can just share, implement the training. That's what I did too as well, and that's what I do sometimes if I learn a new strategy. Just like today. Today is going to be this video here. I'm going to get some traffic from this video, even though my objective here is just to help you guys by giving you guys some free information that can serve you. Call to action after you are serving, after you're done serving, right? You will say, hey, there's a link in my bio. There's a link underneath this video on YouTube if you would like to learn more about how I went from being a burnt out trucker who cracked the online code and fired my boss, right? Something like that. It sounds kind of cheesy, but believe it or not, that actually works. That is the call to action. That is what gives you traffic. If you're on TikTok, I just watched a guy by the name of, I'm not going to say his name because his name's not important, but I've seen a lot of people saying, don't say, click my link in my TikTok bio. But he got a lot of views, and he said that. So I'm not really hardcore TikTok guy. I'm just starting to do some videos on TikTok. I've done some in the past. Now I'm starting to do some more. I'm more of a YouTube guy. I understand this algorithm, but TikTok to me is a little kind of screwy. But I know some people. I knew this one girl. I didn't know her personally. She looked like a single mom in her early 20s. A nerd girl. She looked kind of nerdy. I don't know. Maybe I look nerdy, right? Nerd guy. Anyways, little nerdy girl, and she's got a baby, and her hair is like even messy half the time. And she started making videos, and she crossed over $100,000 after 6 months with TikTok, right? Just because she was consistent. So, traffic to your lead capture page. Number 6, email follow-up. This is a sales funnel. So once people opt in here, right, they enter their email address. You can have more fields capture their name. If you want to get more information, right, you can capture what you want to choose. You should have some type of software provider like Aweber or GetResponse. I personally like GetResponse. I was with Aweber for years, but for me personally, I found GetResponse is more affiliate friendly than Aweber. The 7th thing, you want to be so following up with the emails. You want to learn email marketing. You know, most people don't buy the very first time they see your product, so you want to follow up with them, right? Maybe 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times. I've had people on my list. I had one guy that bought after 2 years, right? I've had people who've bought stuff after a week. I've had some people who will never buy, and they keep coming back, and I think they just want to copy. I keep removing them, and they keep coming back, right? That's just how it goes. Okay, now the 7th thing is consistency. You want to be consistent with all these things, right? And the 8th thing, you want to have a long-term plan. Not 1 month, not 1 week, for at least 1 year, okay? And at the end of the day, I got to go because I think my dog maybe wants to go for, I don't know, a walk or something. Whatever, I gotta take him out. Okay. Anyways, guys, hopefully you got some value here. If you did, please find that like button. If you did not subscribe, make sure to do so. I serve up a lot of information that can help people. Mostly it's reviews, but I want to get back to doing these how-to videos as well. Now, if you are looking for a platform that can teach you all this stuff, you're going to need it, right? If you don't know it, don't be like one of those cats out there saying, hey, you can find everything on YouTube, because most people are so green behind the ears, right? You don't want to be 10 years down the road and you're calling yourself a newbie. I met a guy online virtually. I used to answer questions at the Warrior Forum, and the guy's like, hey, Rory, I need your help. And then I'm like, yeah, what do you need? And then he emails me back. He's like, well, actually, they had a chat feature at the Warrior Forum, a message feature, right? He messages me back, and he's like, well, I'm newbie. I said, how long have you been at it? He's like, 10 years. I'm like, what? 10 years and you're calling yourself a newbie? Right? So some people don't want to go through the process. Not that they can't. Most people don't even want to get past the mindset barrier. Is very important. Okay. Anyways, if you would like to partner up with a system that can teach you, because you're going to need it, right? Teach you mindset stuff, teach you the process stuff, the how-to stuff, how to, you don't have to go and create your own sales funnels. You can use our sales funnels that are pre-built with our own lead capture pages. I just like making my own stuff, right? But there's not much difference in using other people's stuff, especially if you don't know how to create like lead capture pages and such. If you do have some experience, then you can use your own. I have my own lead capture page. People will, come and they'll opt in, put their email in, and they'll be immediately redirected to a sales video. But I've found a lot of value in the system that I am marketing right now heavily. I was marketing it a while back, and I stopped because they made some changes that I didn't like. But then I found out that they made some corrections just this year, and I didn't know about it. And I went back and I'm like, holy shit, these guys are offering a ton of value. And if you're a new person and you're willing to learn, I don't see why people can't get results with our system as long as you're willing. Okay, I'm not guarantee you results because it's not a Ponzi scheme. This is a platform where it's up to you to learn this stuff. They have enough training, right? You have free platforms out there. You got TikTok, you got YouTube, right? You've got Facebook, right? Twitter. There's was a power couple with another system called My Lead Systems Pro, and they fired their bosses with Twitter. I don't know how the hell they did it with Twitter, tweeting. Reminds me of like Castiel from Supernatural. Anyways, if you guys are looking for a training platform that could teach you how to do all this stuff, if you go underneath this video, just click the More button. First link in the description box below. Get access to a powerful platform. And if you don't have an income opportunity, we can provide you with a very lucrative vehicle. Okay, and all the training that you would need, it's all up to you now. Okay, anyways, guys, I will see you on the next video. Gotta go and take care of my dog.